Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Matt from Pinnacle Chiropractic, your local pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic office here in the Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida area. So today is episode 25 of our weekly healthcast. So we're almost halfway through doing this for a half of a year, or we're almost halfway through a full year of doing our weekly healthcast. So this is episode number 25. And today's episode, we are going to be talking all about immune support. So we're really coming into kind of cold and flu season, the changing of the seasons. With us living in Florida in this area, obviously, we don't have as drastic of a change or shift in the seasons, but oftentimes that change in the weather is a time where our immune systems kind of get a little bit taxed. It's a time where a lot of kids, a lot of families, a lot of adults are starting to get sick. Obviously, we're in a unique time with COVID going on, but cold and flu season is still around as well. And so we're entering that time. And in today's episode, we want to give you some tips on how to really support that immune system. So we'll kind of start off by talking about some things that you can introduce or limit into your daily day-to-day life to really kind of help out that immune system. So what a lot of people don't realize is about 70% of our immune system is actually within our gut. So what we are eating, what we are taking in is obviously going to affect our gut health. And so obviously things like limiting alcohol, make sure you're drinking a lot of water, those things are going to help our gut and thus help our immune system as well. So we have three different supplements that are kind of our three favorite supplements to really recommend for immune support and for immune health. So we'll kind of show you each of those and why we recommend those first. And then after we go over those three of our favorite supplements, we'll really talk about how chiropractic care can really help the immune system and help the overall function of that immune system. So the first supplement that we're going to talk about is what is called silver hydrosol. So it's basically silver that you take in through a liquid form. So this has a little dropper, and it's good for immune support. That silver is really it's a broken down form of silver that's in nanoparticles. This brand actually is a local brand. It's called Sovereign Silver. So you can pick it up in our office, but you can also go to like Richard's, carries that brand as well, and it's distributed nationwide. They make it here in Sarasota, but it's actually one of the leading brands of silver. And so why it's very important for our immune system is really that silver, a lot of people don't realize, is actually in breast milk. So it actually is a natural way to boost our gut health. So you can take this silver on a day-to-day basis. Taking a little bit each day will really help your gut health, and it will help that immune system as well. And so if you do get sick, if you're in the acute phase of sickness, maybe you feel cold coming on, or you've got a sore throat, runny nose, you can actually take that up to 10 times a day to really boost that immune system and to really work on that gut health as well of the body. So we always recommend silver as one of those immune support supplements. And a lot of our patients buy that silver, especially during this time, to really help boost their kids' immune systems and to boost their family's immune systems as well. So it's one of the supplements that my family takes as well. Anytime we feel like we're getting sick or one of the kids is getting sick, we will really up our intake in that silver as one of our main supplements. The other one is a local company that is called Redbox Apothecary. And so this is an elderberry tonic. So it's basically an elderberry syrup that has different ingredients. So it has elderberries, rose hips, ginger root, astragalus, echinacea, cinnamon, cloves, date syrup, and filtered water. And so we love this brand because it is a local brand of the elderberry syrup, elderberry tonic. And that elderberry syrup is another thing that is really shown to boost that immune system in the short term. So my kids love this. It not only tastes great, but it's really beneficial to that immune system as well. And so if you have a child, it's a great way to get something in to boost their immune system, because it's literally like a really tasty syrup. So you could mix it in water, you can mix it in their juice, or you can take it straight. And so that's another thing that you can take on a day-to-day basis, especially during this time period when we're in that cold and flu season, to really boost that immune system. And then you can take it more frequently when your child is exhibiting some of those acute symptoms, as a sore throat or a runny nose or a cold or some cold and flu symptoms. And then the last one, this is really a really important one that we recommend really for all the kids in our office. Really should be taking it on a day-to-day basis, but especially when they're exhibiting symptoms. But it is a children's ENT probiotic. And so once again, because that immune system really lives in our gut, 70% of that immune system is within that gut GI system, having a good quality probiotic is going to help increase that overall health of that gut, which is then going to boost that immune system as well. So those are our three favorite products that we recommend in our office, that we sell and we keep on hand at all times. So if maybe you're not one of our patients, you don't have to be a patient to come in and purchase some of these. So if you're watching this video and you're like, man, we could really use some of those supplements, feel free to stop in, call our office, and we'll be able to you'll be able to come in and stop in and purchase some of these supplements that we talked about. So the last thing I really want to talk about boosting that immune system is really chiropractic care. So basically, our brain and our nervous system is what we focus on in our office. This is what we talk about in pretty much the majority of our videos that we shoot, is all about the brain and the nervous system, because that's that master control system of our body. That brain and that nervous system controls our gut and our GI. And so we have two different modes to that nervous system that we talk about all the time. The first mode is the sympathetic mode. That's that gas pedal mode. It's the stress mode, or it's that fight or flight mode. The second mode is more of that rest relaxation mode. It's called the parasympathetic nervous system. It's basically where all of our growth, immune function, development really occurs. And so when we get stuck in this stress state, stuck in this fight or flight state, that fight or flight state, if we think back to kind of like caveman times, is really there for survival purposes. And so it's really basically a survival mode of our nervous system. So if we think back to caveman times, that fight or flight system comes online when there's a saber-toothed tiger that jumps out behind the bushes chasing a caveman. He's in that fight or flight mode. Now, when we're stuck in that fight or flight mode through various stressors in our life, so a lot of people don't really think of kids being stressed out, but we're actually in some of the most stressful times that kids will experience in their lifetimes, and even adults as well. With COVID going on right now, everybody's super stressed. Everybody's normal schedule, normal flow of things has been disrupted. Everything's different than the normal, and that stresses us out. That increases our stress levels. And when we have those increased stress levels, our nervous system, our brain, is at more of a risk of being stuck in that stressed out state, or that fight or flight state. And so, like I said, when we're in that fight or flight mode and we're stuck there, our body isn't worried about killing off a cold or killing off the flu necessarily. It's more concerned about survival. Those things are not as important to fight off, essentially, when we're in that fight or flight mode. It's just in that survival state, survival mode. And so through our care, through chiropractic care, we actually stimulate that rest relaxation mode of the nervous system. We unwind that spinal tension, that neurospinal tension, and which is really stress. When we think of stress, stress stored in our body is tension. Adults feel it, especially women store a lot of their stress and tension in this lower neck, upper back, and shoulders area. And that stress is stored through tension. Your body in adults oftentimes is letting you know that that stress is there by feeling super tight in this area, or maybe having some pain, headaches, those type of things. And so as we really do specific adjustments to the spine, we're unwinding a lot of that neurospinal tension, releasing some of that stress, which is then stimulating that rest, relaxation, immune function mode, that parasympathetic mode of that nervous system, coming out of that kind of stuck state or stuck stress state of the body, which then is allowing that nervous system to function the right way, but also help that immune system function the right way as well. So that's going to boost your immune system by getting out of that chronic stress state or that chronic fight or flight state. And so other things that you can really do to kind of get out of that chronic stress state other than chiropractic care are things like meditation. So taking time out of your day to really kind of unwind and relax your mind. Obviously, as adults, we've got a million things going on. We're worried about taking care of the kids. We're worried about if they're going to get sick. We're worried about work stuff. We're worried about all the different things we got to get done throughout the week, throughout the day. And so our mind is always racing. It's always thinking about what we got to do next or what we got to get done. So take some time out of your day to really relax that mind. Go through some meditation, breathing exercises to calm that mind down so you're not so stressed out. When that mind is racing, that's another symptom, another warning sign that you're in more of that stress mode. You're in more of that fight or flight mode. And then obviously making sure you're getting good restful sleep as well. The average really you should be getting is between 7 and 8 hours of sleep, up to 9 hours of sleep, of good sleep each night. And so there are different apps and stuff like that, different ways to actually track your sleep. One thing that I'm using right now, it's called the Whoop strap. So this actually tracks my sleep each night. So I actually get to see each day how well my body has recovered. And so doing things like chiropractic care, doing things like meditation, doing things like yoga all affect my recovery, and making sure I'm getting good restful sleep is obviously affecting the way my body recovers as well. So there's a lot of good resources out there, but really the biggest thing to helping that immune system is getting out of that chronic stress state. Then adding in some of those immune support supplements is really going to help your body function the way it's supposed to, help that immune system function the way it's supposed to. So those are some really good tips for immune support, especially as we enter into this cold and flu season, and some good ways that you can take care of to really naturally boost your child's immune system. And so especially one thing that I do want to add, if we're constantly going off to the pediatrician, we're constantly getting antibiotics, that's actually lowering our immune system. We're killing all of that good gut bacteria within our gut and within our GI system. So chronically using antibiotics or using antibiotics over and over again, it's killing all of that good bacteria. And once again, we mentioned 70% of that immune function is within the gut. So you're actually decreasing the future immune function by constantly taking those antibiotics. So doing more natural things like we mentioned here are going to actually boost that immune system. They're going to heal that gut. They're going to allow that gut to work the way it's supposed to. And then it's going to allow that immune system to function the way it's supposed to. So maybe you're watching this video for the first time, you're finding out about our practice, you're wanting to learn more. We invite you to watch all of our Pinnacle's Perspective videos. You can go back, click on our Facebook page, click on the videos tab, watch all of our videos that we've done. And then you can look at the photos as well as testimonials. So we've been having a lot of great success with immune cases. We just had a kid come in today. He originally went to, I think it was his pediatrician or the ear, nose, throat doctor. One of those doctors he went to, and he had already had a round of tubes. They told mom the tubes fell out, that he still had fluid in the ears. They wanted to do another round of tubes. She was like, no, we don't want to go that route again because it wasn't really correcting the problem. And she was already under care for herself and her daughter in our office. And so she started him. And about 6 weeks into care, he came back in this week and he has no fluid on his ears. His doctor was obviously surprised and amazed because they thought they were going to have to go the tube route again. And so that's a recent case that we've taken care of. There's another case that comes to mind that we've been taking care of for a couple months now, where he was getting sick every couple weeks. It was like one thing after another. He could never fight anything off. And mom reported it's been almost 6 weeks, I think, since he's gotten sick. And he's only gotten sick really in those first couple weeks of starting care, which sometimes can actually be a detox effect. And so she's super happy about that because not only is his immune system functioning better, but he's sleeping much better, much more soundly as well. So we invite you to watch some of our videos and look at some of our pictures and photos and our testimonials in our office. And then if you really want to take action, you're just like, man, my kid keeps on getting sick and sick and sick over and over and over again. I want to do something about correcting this, not just keep on taking antibiotics over and over again, which aren't correcting the problem. Then we really invite you to give our office a call at 941-822-8828. Set up a consultation and an examination, and we'll be able to tell you for sure if we're going to be able to help your child brain nervous system function better, and thus their immune system function better as well. So we really hope you enjoyed this video. Please tag any friends or family members that might benefit from this video or that could use some tips and tricks for that immune system health and that immune system support. And we really hope that you guys enjoy Halloween with your kids and families. Try to limit their sugar intake as much as possible, or swap out their candy for more organic versions, because eating all that candy, all of that sugar, that's another thing that is actually going to weaken their immune system, because once again, 70% of that immune system lives in the gut, and it depends on what we're eating that's going to affect that gut health, and what we're taking into that our body that is going to affect that gut health. So we really hope you guys have a happy Halloween and have a great time this weekend, and hopefully your family stays healthy through this time. And as always, guys, I'm Dr. Matt, and be well. We will see you guys on our next video.